So Donald Trump goes to the CIA. Why? Because he had yelled at them throughout the campaign and said he didn't believe them, made outrageous allegations about the CIA, one of which I'm going to share with you in a second. But when he went there, he said he was really well received. There was a lot of applause. In fact, some of the videos we're going to play for you here, you might hear some of the applause in the background. First, let Donald Trump tell you how good he feels about the CIA.
I want to say that there is nobody that feels stronger about the intelligence community and the CIA than Donald Trump. There is nobody.
Oh, yeah, that's it, man. Nobody respects the CIA more than Donald Trump does. That's why I was kind of curious why just this month he tweeted, intelligence agencies should never have allowed this fake news to leak into the public, referring to how the Russians wanted him to win and hack the DNC to help him. One last shot at me. Are we living in Nazi Germany? So those same intelligence officials that he just said, I love and respect you more than anybody, he originally, this month, not like a year ago, not like 10 years ago, earlier this month had called or alluded to them as similar to Nazi Germany. Okay. Now, there was applause. I'll get to that applause in a second. But my favorite clip, Donald Trump also said this at the CIA.
In fact, every time I say I had an uncle who was a great professor at MIT for 35 years, who did a fantastic job in so many different ways academically. He was an academic genius. And then they say, there's Donald Trump, an intellectual. Trust me, I'm like a smart person. And
they laugh. That's so embarrassing. Trust me, I'm like a smart person. I remember all the times that smart people say that. Like Bill Gates is always going around telling me, people, trust me, I'm like a smart person. Okay. Albert Einstein wouldn't shut up about how he's like a smart person. By the way, I already have this.
you know, I'm like a smart person.
Wait, did we put it in the soundboard immediately? No, that's the second time he said it. I'm like a smart person. Okay. Oh God, for those of you who are proud to be his supporters, I feel so bad for you. Anyway, well, Trump and all of his lackeys say that speech was incredibly well received. I mean, you heard some of the applause in that tape for yourself, right? Government official who was at the speech told CBS News, in reality, the CIA officials there were, quote, uncomfortable. And, quote, it made relations with the intelligence community worse. So, wait a minute. But the applause is real. There's no question. We didn't put that into the tape, and it exists. So what's going on here? Well, this is not just CBS News. I've now seen this in 2 to 3 different sources, but I'll quote CBS here. Authorities are also pushing back against the perception that the CIA workforce was cheering for the president. They say the first 3 rows in front of the president were largely made up of supporters of Mr. Trump's campaign. What a goofball. He brought in 40 people to applaud for him. By the way, he did this at his first press conference. The one after the election when everybody said, you got to do a press conference, and he finally does one, and he had his staffers come in to cheer for him whenever he answered and to jeer the media. Remember, on his first press conference ever, when he was announcing his candidacy for president all the way back in 2015, they found out that he had paid actors $50 a pop to come and applaud for him. This is an old Donald Trump trick. He has said in the past, look, my job is to put on a good show. So apparently he put on a nice show at the CIA. Now, be fair to Donald Trump, reporters that were at the scene said, okay, there was that group of 40 that Trump, Pence, and Pompeo, his CIA director nominee, brought in. So a lot of those guys applauding and cheering were those guys. But some of the rank and file of the CIA guys, there was 400 people in the room, also supported Donald Trump. Okay, the CIA leaders in the front apparently were subdued throughout the speech and apparently thought that his speech was self-aggrandizing, it was tangential, didn't respect the CIA, and instead talked about crowd size and his other political issues, and they found it to be insulting and counterproductive. But also, hey, he's insulted those same CIA leaders for a long time. So the result, in my opinion, based on having looked at all the reporting, is mixed. Some of the CIA are Donald Trump fans. Some of the people who he brought in are not CIA and applauded him. But obviously some of the leaders not buying what he's selling. Now, how that winds up affecting his governance is a good question. I hope it doesn't hurt, because the whole point of the intelligence agencies is they're supposed to do intelligence on behalf of the American people. And so I hope they're on that watch, and I hope that President Trump listens to them. So I hope their relationship going forward is great, because right now he's only taking the intelligence briefing once a week, which is unprecedented. All the other presidents took them every day. And he, when asked about it, that's where the original "I'm like a smart person" clip comes from. Chris Wallace had asked him about it in an interview on Fox News. He said, "I don't need to hear the same things over and over again. If they got a problem, they'll call me in a minute." No, the briefing is so that you prepare ahead of time. Not that they call you in a panic and tell you something's gone wrong. You get the briefing to make sure that something doesn't go wrong. And he said, "Don't worry, Chris, I don't need any of that, because..."
I'm like a smart person.
Animals are innocent.
TRTnetwork.com/join.